know if there was any attempt at handshaking. They probably
guys,
stayed
waiting
apart from
for
each other. But
Trump
at
to
this
come out
point
right
now,
now,
Mike, the
and I thought we'd share
impeachment
this
saga
live.
has actually come
See
to
what
an
he has to
end.
say after the
Yes,
State of the Union
there
address.
are, as they used to call them in old TV shows,
How you guys doing this
an
morning?
epilogue. The impeachment
share
saga
that.
end. If
it was a Quinn Martin production.
Yes, there would be an epilogue, and there are still a couple of epilogues floating around out there. One of which is John Bolton in some trouble? Adam Schiff gave an interview where he said, look, he needed to come into the House and explain what he knew, and he refused to do so. And then the process just began with leak after leak, all to promote his book. So he said, quote, he's going to have to answer for that. Gerald Nadler says, we're getting ready to subpoena John Bolton. So that part of the story isn't fading away, but the president now really can pivot. He can use today's news conference, which, by the way, that's what it looks like.
It sure does.
It looks like it's a news conference, and so we're hoping to get some, a good Q&A
This might be interesting, guys. That's why we're
forum
doing this.
going here. But he can use this now to pivot to the campaign, which was basically what he did with the State of the Union address. I mean, so his critics were like, well, that speech was too partisan. It was too much like a campaign
Give me
speech.
a 5x5 if you
But,
can hear my audio.
and Nancy
the
Pelosi
system
is
audio.
still,
Okay.
she is really taking the heat for the ripping up of the script. And as you pointed out, Mike, it actually was a violation of law.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like she'll get it in any
What's
type
up,
of
Mr.
trouble
Big
there.
Guia?
But
I hope I didn't
we'll wait
slaughter
and
your
see there.
last
But
name there.
we had a hunch,
Thanks,
Ron,
Tina.
that the
5x5.
Democrats, after this impeachment trial and verdict, well, they wouldn't stop. And like you said, it looks
This
like
was
the
a last
subpoenas
minute
will
thing.
be
I was
coming
meaning to do this
on the
last night
House
before I
side
went to bed. I
there,
was like,
correct?
you know
For
what, I
John
should live
Bolton
stream this, and I
and
totally
more,
forgot
maybe.
until
And
about 4 minutes
Judge Andrew
before this started.
Napolitano it's been interesting just
I
to
love
get his
sharing this
take
kind of stuff with you guys live.
with Fox News Channel over the course of the last several months.
What's up, Lee Sleeper?
I actually have not had a chance to go back and look at the interview, but the headline on Fox says
Avenging
that
wrath.
Napolitano now is just raising the
Good morning
specter
/
of,
afternoon.
are we headed to impeachment part 2? You surely
Oh, you can't
don't.
hear me? Let's see.
I
What if I
cannot
did this
imagine,
right here?
Mike, that as much as we keep
How about now? Can you hear me now? Let me see. Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. The reason you weren't hearing me before is because I had system audio going. Can you hear me okay now? Hacking the headlines. Hey, what's up, Hacking the Headlines? Yeah, you hear me okay? Okay, cool. I'll turn up the gain a little bit on my mic. I don't plan on interrupting this right here. I just want to see what he has to say.
Yes. So President Trump has
He is
two
the
ways to go
leader
about
of the
this
free
today
world.
for this statement and possible news conference. He could come out and say, "Hey, it's time for
Tony.
America to come together.
What's up,
We
Brother
all got to
John?
come together for Democrats and Republicans and try to meet at a table for the
Dave,
better of
Jeremiah.
our country." Or he could
Brian.
come out really on the
Second
gas on the
Amendment
pedal
Reaper. Yeah. These
and
clowns
really
are-
let loose,
Yeah.
like as
true.
like a rally version, but
Correct.
in the White House.
Now, I just
New
want to point
Hampshire.
out one thing. So if you guys are watching us here on TV in Arizona on Fox 10 Extra, which is basically what we call Channel 45 now, or cable
People are
Channel
so
9.
excited when
Thanks
a
for
guy
joining us.
in a suit
meantime,
gets
on
up
Mike's YouTube
to give a speech.
stream, you have Mike.
And then they turn their
tens
minds
of
off because they don't
thousands of people
expect that this
watching
guy's going to stand up there and lie to you. And I'm not just talking about Trump. Nancy Pelosi, when she gets up there, she lies to you. Adam Schiff, he lies to you. That's what politicians do. But they're there and they're picked as the top-notch sociopaths who are going to get you to think that evil, the evil that they're going to propagate on America or anywhere in the world, is reasonable, acceptable, logical, moral even. That's why in every election season people are like, "Yeah, I don't like voting for this guy, but I thought I'd vote for the lesser of two evils." What? You're literally saying you're going to vote for evil. Yeah, but it's the lesser of two evils. I mean, I didn't have a choice. You had a choice not to vote for evil. Come on, are you serious? Oh, Brian, you're just
Mike,
extreme.
within the, certainly on the House side, within the Democratic Party, they do have to take a look at, okay,
It's cold here in Oklahoma.
how
Is it
exactly
cold where you
do we
guys are?
want to deal with this president between now and November? because as you had pointed out when we were visiting with you guys yesterday morning, it was within a matter of days, if not hours, that the first talk
Okay,
of
the
impeachment
comments you see
once
scrolling right
President
here
Trump
are from
had
this
been
live
sworn into
broadcast
office
from
actually
Fox 10
began.
Phoenix.
So it has been, over the course of his
Just do a
entire
little bit of
presidency, kind of the specter of various
rearranging here.
investigations underway.
Right.
You know,
I love
so
not having to do this on my
is an
cell phone.
opportunity for Democrats to also pivot and say, all right, we did our best for the base, or we did our best for what we thought was right. Now here's what we, the Democrats, can offer voters as we get closer to 2020. It's
actually
going to
gonna
be up to
blow
each of
this
the
up just a little
individual
bit more.
candidates to decide, you know, kind of what argument they want to make. But nevertheless, on Capitol
I
Hill,
actually like
what
reading
approach really
comments.
are they going to take, and what will the president?
It kind of
have
gives
to
you a
say
gauge on what
this
people are
morning as
thinking
we
in
gear
not only
up,
the
Mike,
United
now,
States, but in the world.
Literally a matter of weeks.
A lot of Trump
Weeks,
2020 is
and
going
we
on here.
should, in theory, know who the Democrat
Trump
is going to
2020.
be. I mean, Super Tuesday
I like
is
take
not
the
that
guns
far
first, due
away.
process
No, it's
second,
not at all.
2020.
No, not at all. And
I like
we've got New
USMCA,
Hampshire
just
coming
get rid of
up on
national
Tuesday.
sovereignty
Now, here's
2020.
the-
That's what you're
here's
saying when you
something.
say you
Okay,
like
so
Trump 2020.
Biden did not do good at all.
Right.
in
I
I like
Iowa.
the Federal
Getting a
Reserve
distant
2020,
fourth place.
IRS
He called it a gut
2020.
punch.
A gut punch
Yep.
is right. But now you would think, okay, if you got a gut punch, you would want to try to be out there in New Hampshire. He's taking the day off today, Ron.
Oh, he is.
Only
What's up,
his
Charles?
wife is doing the
Harry,
speeches and the town halls.
Catherine,
That's interesting.
Dorothy,
If you're in fourth
Viper
place,
1.
I think you got to double up your appearance.
Thanks for
Yeah,
joining me,
you
guys.
do.
I know this was a last minute thing.
You know, although maybe you're taking a look at it, maybe you have internal polling that says you're not going to crack the top 2 there. Maybe you can be
too
number
many people
3.
talking.
That part's really not even firmly.
I'm just pausing these guys as they talk. When the prez comes out, we'll unmute. Fear he will do. He already did USMCA, Max Summer. That completely got rid of our any vestige of national sovereignty we had left. It's NAFTA 2.0, actually probably 10.0. It's NAFTA on steroids is USMCA. Not to mention he's in the back pocket of the Zionist International Banking Cartel. We've already established that. Anybody who's for Zionist International Banking is 100% against you. Yeah, he's going to say he's for your gun rights, but they double speak. Anybody who double speaks, you can't trust them. Anybody who says things in hypocrisy with a forked tongue, you cannot trust them. Trump crime family. How about being bailed out by Wilbur Ross to the tune of billions of dollars? Wilbur Ross, who did Wilbur Ross work for when he bailed Trump out? The Rothschilds Incorporated. The bankruptcy advisory board of Rothschilds Incorporated bailed out Trump. And you don't think there's some kind of special interest going on there with Trump and the Rothschilds banking cartel? Come on. And Adelson. Yeah, exactly, Jesse Pearson. Yeah, look at Trump's ties to Sheldon Adelson, guys. People are so against Nancy Pelosi, and rightly so. People are so against Adam Schiff. People are so against Chuck Schumer. Rightly so, guys. They're political parasites. They're long-term, professional political parasites who will be in there till the day they die. You're right to be against those people. But don't be against those people and then be for Trump when he's promoting the same things they did. Who did they all stand up and applaud for? Even the psychopaths, the white-robed SJW psychopaths of the Green New Steel. Who did they stand for during the State of the Union address? Juan Guaido. Out of nowhere, CIA asset, regime change puppet Juan Guaido to take over Venezuela. Always meddling in the affairs of others. And why are we going to be in Venezuela? Oh, probably because they have the largest known proven oil reserves on the planet. That's what John Bolton said. Your friendly neighborhood dealer said stock on food and water as much and as early as possible. Thanks for the super chat, man. Yeah, Girl Drummer says Zionist and New World Order. I mean, how can you be for, if you're for Trump, you are for Zionism. If you're for Zionism, then you're against America because America is decidedly against, or Zionism is decidedly against the or America. I don't like using the United States because when you say United States, Title 28, Section 300215A says it's a federal corporation. So I'd rather use the term America. Dave says parasites one, parasites all. Random guy named Juan. I like that. Who came up with random guy named Juan? I think it was Florida Maquis. He doesn't like me. I like his stuff though. Nothing personal. You just can't be for Trump and think that you're against globalism. Trump is a globalist. Even though he says he's not a globalist, all you have to do is look into his dealings, look at who he rubs shoulders with, look at the policies he enacts, look at the agendas he promotes, and it's all New World Order globalism. And if you were against that for Obama, when Obama was pushing globalism, if you were against that when Bush was promoting globalism, then you got to be consistent, right? Tim says Dog and Pony Show goes on. Random guy named Jimmy Carter. Yeah, okay, Helen. Yeah, Florida did. Yeah, I like that. Random guy named Juan. Anytime you see Juan Guaido, random guy named Juan. CIA picks out a particular asset. Is he sociopathic enough to be at least a temporary puppet dictator for us? Like Saddam Hussein was. Saddam Hussein worked for the CIA, just like Tim Osman. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me use his other name. Osama bin Laden. CIA assets. They prop him up. They set him up for, short term, long term, it doesn't matter. And then they take him down to protect you and promote democracy. Let's see what these guys are saying here. I don't know. I think I'd rather... Spock Rising says, vote for me because it doesn't really matter. He's 4-5. Yeah, there you go, Victoria. Francois, he's 4-5G. That's going to make us sick. He's 4-5G. He dropped the barriers of regulations for GMO, guys. Trump is a strong supporter of Frankenfood, which completely goes against the American farmer and for industries like Monsanto. You like the fact that they ran Juan off. Steve Mnuchin, Skull and Bones. I didn't know about the Skull and Bones, but Steve Mnuchin is a lifer for Goldman Sachs. He's a Goldman Sachs Zionist inside banker. He's an insider, guys, for the banking cartel, for the Rothschilds Federal Reserve banking cartel, and Trump appointed him to be the Treasury Secretary. Come on, put two and two together. Start critically thinking again. Venezuela also has lots of Snapzilla Gorilla says Venezuela also has lots of primary water that Hugo Chavez tapped. They want to control the world's water and push the drought lie. Trump borrowed money from 72 banks. Trump's 4 vaccines, says Aya. How late will Trump be? I don't know. He was supposed to start 14 minutes ago. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see what these guys are saying. I really don't understand Trump supporters, guys. I mean, these guys aren't stupid brain-wise. Bones says, hey, Brian, did you... Gets question. I don't understand what you're saying there, Bones. Read what you wrote. That... I don't know, maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Do you have a link, Bones, that you want me to look at? Well, sorry for the delay here, guys. Trump was supposed to be out 15 minutes ago. Google account says Zionists will not replace us. They suffer from Stockholm Syndrome, says Lee. Bones, if you have a link you want me to take a look at, let me know and I'll mod you. I'm going to mod a couple people here that I've seen in the chat a lot. Yeah, it's just a matter of freeing up time, Honda. I like your stuff, man. Come on, Trump, any day now. I wonder if he's going to come out with the sun beam.